If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or any cheap PC games, use the referral link in the description. It will take you over to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods, and if you use the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well. Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to episode number 4 of the Wolfsburg Career Mode series here on FIFA 16. This series has been going down very well indeed so far, so if you continue to enjoy, then make sure you hit that like button and maybe we could hit 2,000 to 2,500 likes again. That'd be absolutely superb. And of course, if you are new to the channel, then make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. As I record this Sunday afternoon, we've just hit 94,000 subscribers. The channel has been going mental the past 2 or 3 days. By the time you see this on Monday evening, we may even be at 96,000 subs. It's been a genuinely mind-blowing 3 or 4 days so far with FIFA 16, so thank you for the incredible support. But in this episode of the Wolfsburg Career Mode series, A, we're training players, as you can see there, but B, this is all transfer news. Every single highlight in this particular episode, all 13-14 minutes of it, is all transfer action. So we are looking for a number of new players in a number of new positions. We've mentioned that we're looking for perhaps a centre-back or two. We're definitely looking for a right-back and or a left-back. We are definitely looking for a central midfielder. We're definitely looking for a wide midfielder. And we're looking for a cam as well. So we're looking at CDM and cam technically. So 2 central midfielders, I guess. And a striker as well. So we have about 60 odd million to spend right now, thanks to the sale of Bastos in the previous episode. So I'm trying. You'll notice out of or throughout the episode, rather than just going out and splashing the cash, I'm actually trying to be quite clever with my money, and I'm trying to, minimise the amount of outlay I have to do per deal to hopefully be able to leave me enough money to make an extra signing once we've brought in all of the players that we want. So I'm hoping to be able to bring at least 1 centre-back, if not 2, and the right-back, and the right midfielder, and a centre-mid, and a cam, and a striker, all with this £60 million. So you'll have to bear with me if I come across as looking like I'm being quite tight with my money, but we have a lot of work we want to do with this squad, and I want to make sure that I can get in players of enough quality, but at a decent price, so that we can get in, a big number of players as well as the quality of player. But hopefully you can see where I'm coming from. I kind of made that point a little bit longer than it needed to be. But Kevin Volland is the player we're looking at out wide. As you can see, Tim Klose is going to, or looking like he's going to be moving on to Crystal Palace for £8 million. They've accepted that counter offer, so it looks like he'll be on his way out of the club. Hakan Çalhanoğlu is the player we're looking at to be a new central attacking midfielder at the club. Although Manolo Gabbiadini is also a player we're looking at. Obviously, he really impressed playing against us for Napoli in pre-season in both the group stage game of the tournament and in the final. So I would be open to bringing in Manolo Gabbiadini, but he can also play. He can play at cam. He could play out wide right or wide left, and he could play at striker as well. Same with Ben Yedder as well. So we're perhaps going to bring in someone that's a designated central attacking midfielder in the shape of Çalhanoğlu, and then maybe another player that could play in a number of different positions, which would be fantastic. That I really love, that sort of squad player that you can utilise in a variety of different positions. That's the sort of player that I love to have in my team. Not necessarily as a starting player, but to have that man on the bench that you know that you can rely on to come off the bench and do a job in any given position. So players like Oscar De Marcos that we used last year at Chelsea are great at right back, right mid and cam. Players like Manolo Gabbiadini could be good at cam, right mid, left mid and striker. John Anthony Brooks is a solid centre-back though, and we are looking to bring in new centre-backs. We've hopefully going to be moving on Felipe and Closer, and we'll have to wait and see if we can bring in more than 2 replacements at centre-back, because obviously I'm not sure whether to use those 2 as make-weight for a centre-back coming in, or whether to sell them on and then use the money to try and buy someone else in instead. But as you can see, we're offering money, or offering a contract to Paco Alcacer here from Valencia, 80 rated at only 21 years of age, got fantastic potential obviously as well. I've used him on Football Manager and he scored goals for me left, right and centre, so I'm hopefully going to be able to bring him in to Wolfsburg here to be rotation with Max Kruse. Also, Nicolas Sula, we're trying to nail down the contract offer for him, trying to get them, again, to sign on the cheap to make sure that we can make enough signings. The last thing I want is to overspend on a couple of players and end up missing out on a player that we really, a player that would really improve the squad just because I don't quite have enough money. But we're looking at Kevin Volland still, trying to work out a deal. Corentin Tolisso is definitely a player that I want to bring into the club at centre mid. He's got fantastic potential. Last year he was a 64 rated bronze player on Ultimate Team, and this year he's a 77 rated gold player. That is such a big boost. He's had such a solid season at Lyon last year, really made an impact in Ligue 1, and hopefully we'll be able to bring him in and he can make an impact here as well. As you can see, we've had a counter offer from Hakan Çalhanoğlu when it comes to his actual contract, offering him £80,000 a week now on a 4-year deal as an important first-team player. Obviously, he would be rotation with Julian Draxler, or maybe I could use Draxler out wide and have Çalhanoğlu in at cam. So we're also looking at Nabil Fekir. I'm not sure about Fekir. He is one of those utility players, like I mentioned, that can play at striker or at cam or out wide, but he's not that strong. But he could potentially grow in strength. So I'm unsure what to do with Nabil Fekir. They want about 15-16 million for him as well, which is a lot of money. Same with Jeremy Menez. He too can play in a variety of different positions, but he's slightly older. He's 28 years old rather than, say, 23, 24. So he's probably one of my reserve options, shall we say. He's someone that, you want to keep the deal alive to have a fallback option, but for now, Jeremy Menez will take a back seat should he accept a contract at this early stage. We should be able to get Niklas Süle's contract nailed down sooner rather than later, offering him the £60,000 he wants now. He's currently on only £25,000 a week at Hoffenheim, but 60 grand should be enough to see him come into the club, hopefully. We're looking at Alvaro Morata when it comes to the striking role as well. As you can see, still continuing to negotiate with Kevin Volland for that right midfield slot. And Alvaro Morata, they want £33.5 million for him. Now, similar to Corentin, although not quite on the same scale, he has had a big upgrade this year. Big boost in pace. He's solid on the ball now. His ball control and his dribbling have taken a real improvement, and his finishing has shot up as well. So he would be a marquee signing and cost me a lot of money, but he would be worthwhile, I believe, if we do decide to bring him in. We are looking for a right back as well. We've already put bids in for Dani Carvajal, of course, and Make, the Brazilian right back. Also looking at Seamus Coleman and Bruno Perez. I have a funny feeling Bruno Perez is going to be a very popular signing in career mode this year for a lot of career mode YouTubers. But Hakan Çalhanoğlu has accepted the contract offer. He's coming into the club. £14 million for one of the hottest prospects in Bundesliga and German football. So excited to get using Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Dennis Diekmeyer could be actually a bargain right back that would free up the extra funds to maybe bring in Alvaro Morata. Still trying to work out a deal for Tolisso. He's valued at 5 million, but if I can get him for under 10, I'd be delighted. Still trying to work out a contract deal with Ben Yedder. He might still come into the club as one of those utility players. Jeremy Menez has rejected the contract offer. I've decided to hold off on that for now. Nabil Fekir, though, should be accepting this contract we're about to offer him. So I'm going to need your feedback in the comment section when we get plenty of contracts signed. I need you to help me narrow down this list, because at the minute I'm offering contracts to more players than I can afford to bring in. Rejecting the offer, though, for Maximilian Arnold. He's 21 years of age and looks like a fantastic prospect, so we'll be continuing to keep him at the club. Alvaro Morata does look like if he is going to come in, it's going to cost me an arm and a leg to bring him in. I was looking at Pereira as well from Juventus, because he could be a good all-round midfielder, but they want upwards of 25 to 30 million for him as well. But we brought in Çalhanoğlu. We're now bringing in Niklas Süle as well from Hoffenheim for £10 million plus Felipe. Delighted with that deal as well. Çalhanoğlu and Süle are both fantastic prospects, and I don't think we could have done better in either position, really, with the sort of talent that we've brought in and the scale of potential for both of them as well. Offering £9 million now for Tolisso, and fingers crossed they'll accept that, because I'm desperate to bring Tolisso in now in that central midfield role. We're still trying to train the players. If you have a look at Rodriguez there, he's currently 65 rated. When I actually end up going through with this training session, have a look at his vision and the way he actually grows. He grows like mad. He's actually the brother of the left back that we have, Ricardo Rodriguez, and obviously now that Niklas Süle is in the squad, he's going to be involved in these training sessions as well, and obviously Çalhanoğlu will be in future as well. But he grew like mad there, Rodriguez, and apparently he's got quite a good potential rating. So even though he's only 65 rated at present, he could become a decent player for us 2 or 3 seasons down the line. I'm tempted to send him out on loan, but I'm also tempted to just keep him and train him, so I haven't yet made a decision. But Nabil Fekir has accepted the contract offer we've offered to him, but I'm going to hold off for now just to see if we can get some other options to confirm contract offers as well, so that we can have, I don't want to miss out on a player because I've accepted a contract too early. I know you will know where I'm coming from, because we've got so many different positions we need to buy in. that we need to just make sure we don't jump to any signings that we might not necessarily want to commit to just yet. As obviously we've got Manolo Gabbiadini still trying to work out a deal for. They have accepted the offer for Corentin Tolisso, though, £9 million for a central midfielder with so much potential. That again would be another incredible signing. They're offering only 16 million, Valencia, here for Luis Gustavo. He's by far the best holding midfielder that we've got at the club and one of the first names on the team sheet, although I haven't as of yet been able to use him because obviously he was on international duty for the entirety of pre-season and we haven't yet reached the first Bundesliga game of the season. In the Bundesliga and in Serie A as well, I think, they don't play the first league games of the season until right at the very end of August, so that's kind of why there's been so much transfer action in this episode, because we've had to go through like 6 weeks worth of transfer window before reaching the next competitive or the next game at all, whether it be competitive or non-competitive. But our first game of the season is coming up on the horizon. I believe we'll be playing that at the very beginning of the next episode. If you want to have a look at anybody's stats in closer detail, though, feel free to pause the video at any particular point and you can have a look at their stats. Obviously, like I said in the Chelsea episode earlier on today, if you're new to the channel, every Monday I do a squad report in my 1 PM career mode series and my 8 PM career mode series, and as you can see, the next episode will start with that game at the beginning of the season. I think it's Eintracht Frankfurt we have in the first game, and then as you can see we've got FC Cologne coming up the following weekend as well, so it is Eintracht Frankfurt in fact. So we'll be up with that game in the next episode at the very beginning. As you can see, we're just changing things around. I'm thinking of actually starting Niklas Süle ahead of Dante. Dante's aging now, so to give Niklas Süle the best chance of progressing as best he can and grow as best he can, I'm going to start him. I'm still going to leave Dante on the bench, so I think ahead of Knocker, although Knocker has already gone up one rating to 77, so perhaps I should start playing him as well. Naldo obviously is going to be my main centre-back. Then perhaps if I rotate Niklas Süle and Knocker, thank you for letting me know, by the way, in the comment section how to pronounce his name. It's Robin Knocker, not Robin Nosh, as I previously tried to pronounce it. I do try and get my pronunciations correct, so if I do pronounce someone's name wrong, then do let me know in the comment section, and I will try and adjust my commentary accordingly. But we'll start the next episode with the first game of the Bundesliga season, still on world class of course, and hopefully we can get a decent victory as well, and then start to bring in some more players. But let me know in the comment section what you think of the transfers we've made so far. Let me know what you think of the players we're looking to bring in as well, the transfers that are still potentials, like Tolisso, like Manolo Gabbiadini. Nabil Fekir has accepted his contract offer. I need to know whether to accept that deal or not before we get too far further into the transfer window. And obviously, hopefully, we'll be able to bring in Diekmeyer as well. As you can see, Pastore has gone to Atletico Madrid, which is actually a different transfer than we've seen in other career mode series. Although Verratti's gone from PSG to Arsenal, so they have still signed a Paris Saint-Germain midfielder. And obviously, Alaba, unfortunately, has gone from Bayern to Juventus again for the third career mode season in a row. But never mind, scripted transfers are a thing again this year. Unfortunately, they've just altered which transfers are scripted, so at least we have different transfers this year, but they will be the same in every single career mode, unfortunately. But never mind, we'll push forward. That's going to bring today's episode to a close. As you can see on screen, the usernames for my social media are on there, and you'll find links to them in the description down below. Instagram, Facebook and Twitter being the most important, and obviously Twitch as well, where I'll be streaming career mode later on tonight, so make sure that you drop my Twitch channel a follow, and obviously check all the links to social media. But that's going to bring it to a close for now, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.